99 days of no new COVID-19 infections in Vietnam has ended on the 24th of July 2020 due to one new case found in Da Nang. Hi, my name is Andreas Vogelsanger. I'm the CEO of the AFC Vietnam Fund. Vietnam currently has 652 COVID-19 infections, of which 270 are being treated currently, and unfortunately 8 people died so far. So yes, these numbers, you would argue, are not that huge in comparison to other countries. Yes, certainly. If you look, for example, at numbers of infections per 1 million of its population, that number in Vietnam is 7. So 7 people are infected with COVID-19 per 1 million. In the world, on average, this number is around 2,244. And if you look at the US, it's almost 14,000 COVID-19 infections per 1 million of its population. Also, new daily infection rates are between 0 and 50 in Vietnam. If you look at the US again, it's over 50,000 new cases every day. So what has the government done in order to fight this renewed outbreak? First, they immediately started promoting their very successful COVID tracing app, which is widely used all over in Vietnam. And since Da Nang was the epicenter of the renewed outbreak, they closed Da Nang immediately, so it's very restrictive now to travel in or out of Da Nang. Also now the neighboring city Hoi An, which is a UNESCO heritage site, has been under lockdown now since a few days, and a few other little cities in Vietnam. Also, bars and nightclubs in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh are closed. So the government reacted very swiftly and in our opinion, quite effectively. So we are quite positive that this renewed outbreak will be under control relatively quickly. But of course, market reacted. So stock market, for example, the Vietnam index, in the first few trading days after the announcement of the new outbreak on the 24th of July, corrected almost 7%. It has since then started to recover. If I look at the economic impact, yes, there will be certain consequences. I mean, COVID globally has a huge impact, and also in Vietnam, economic growth, which was 7% last year, will be probably only around 3, maybe if you're lucky 4% this year, but much higher than all the surrounding countries, and probably one of the highest growths globally. If you look at the Vietnamese dong was quite strong in the first part of the year, and now since the renewed outbreak, very stable versus the US dollar. Export growth, with global consumption, which is definitely slowing down in general, you would think maybe export growth will take a big hit in Vietnam. So far, this number is quite resilient. It's probably due to the fact that on one hand, there was quite a lot of demand globally for stay-at-home products, like fast-moving consumer goods. And global demand has increased dramatically, and Vietnam is a producer of many of these goods, so that could make up for the shortfall in other sectors. And also domestic consumption in that segment has increased sharply. Of course, tourism. There are no tourists traveling currently to Vietnam. So tourism, or if you look at retail sales numbers, make around 10% of total retail sales. But again, domestic consumption has made up for that shortfall. So overall, I would argue Vietnam is doing pretty well in order to trace all the people which were in contact with the confirmed infections currently in Vietnam. They're very effective in doing that, and very, very fast. So that gives us a lot of confidence that the situation will be under control soon. And on the economic front, so far the currency is stable, the export numbers are actually almost unchanged. And we even have a trade surplus of around 6.5 billion US dollar. So overall, we are not as pessimistic. But should the situation change, I will certainly provide you with an update. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye-bye.